Being chopped was hell. Last time I made a video about looks. Somebody said, oh, he's a Chad. He never had to worry about that. No, bro. I had no hair. I had a peanut head. I had a buzz cut to the skin. I wasn't always looking like this. Anyway, Discord, I got it in the description as well as my Instagram if you guys want to lock in with me. But anyway, let's get into the vid. Me and gang on our way to create choptical illusions. Yeah, no.
Being chopped is up there with being broke, having no hoes, being unemployed, being black. Being chopped can be the single worst trait.
Bro said being black.
To ever inherit. If a wizard cursed me with either being chopped for eternity or being broke for eternity, I'm not picking broke. But being chopped is still horrible, bro. There's ways to escape the chopsicity. But when you're young, bro, you pretty much have no choice but to just be the honorary chopped one. It's hard to be choptimistic when you're dealt with these horrible cards, you know what I'm saying? Type of cards that Gambit chucks at you and they explode. Being a chopped one in the friend group back in school used to be the hardest shit too, bro. Anytime you talk to a girl, bro, most time they're only talking to you probably just to get closer to your homeboy. I'm gonna keep it a whole stack with you, bro. Shit used to have me sitting on the edge of the bed like Peter Parker did, bro. Shit, honestly, being chopped affects you in ways where you don't even expect it. People out here will whole reject you from a pickup game just because you're chopped.
Not here, nigga.
What the hell does my choppedness have to do with my vertical, bro? Teachers might just start randomly flaming you. I had this like southern white teacher who used to call me Chinese and like I didn't really give a fuck, right? You know, shout out the Chinese people. I thought it was a W. Shit got worse, bro, when I would just sit next to any random girl and bro would be like, nah, you can't do that, bro. You can't handle that one. And it was like, on one hand, I was like, damn, bro, I guess thank you for the reality check. But at the same time, aren't you like 40, bro? I don't know. It's a little weird that you're saying that, you know, all things considered. You got a wife, kids, bro, and here you are. I think I might have to alert the local authorities. Bro, one thing you have to always watch out for is the random flames, right? The random flames can come from any and everywhere, bro. I remember the day that I got my first pair of ones, bro. Felt like the greatest day of my life. I thought I was finally fly. So I walk up to my boy, right? Because I'm thinking like, all right, bro, he's gonna call me fly.
Bro, what is this video? This nigga, is he trauma dumping on us? He's trauma dumping, bro. It's actually hilarious, but he's trauma dumping, bro.
All right, I'm about to get that external validation. I walk up to bro, and he's like, hey, bro, look at your ugly ass getting fly.
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
Right in front of a bunch of girls, too, bro. Being chopped will just have you sitting over wildlife like you're Thanos at the farm and shit, bro.
That's why this nigga don't show his face, bro. He gotta be, like, ungodly chopped. I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta feel bad for bro. Thanos was a chopped nigga for real though. He was actually like 7 foot solid. A dude looked just like Thanos will probably still get more O's in him than a regular size nigga. Just off of being 6'7". You know, 6. Damn.
It affects your everyday life in multiple different categories. But one major way that shit affects you, bro, is in the dating market. Dating while being chopped is like being an Olympic athlete with like one leg. It's possible, gang, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it definitely slows down the process. I would say there's like 3 golden rules to being chopped in the dating scene, all right? Rule number 1, never get too comfortable, dog. Remember, there's always an individual who looks like this, who's willing and ready to shorty snatch you simply because he knows he can. Dating is like a pyramid hierarchy game, right? And if a pharaoh level dude wants your girlfriend and you're but a measly peasant with like these type of shoes, buddy, it's safe to say you're cooked. Remember, the only competition he has now is your ugly ass. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're chopped in his prime, he might not have to try that hard. He doesn't even have to be like insanely beautiful, bro. He just has to look better than you. And if you look anything like I did when I was in school, then man, I'm sorry, buddy. I pray you have a fast recovery.
I'm not gonna, bro, need to drop pics in here, bro. Pause. I ain't like that one. That one was bad plays, you know what I mean? He should drop picks in here. That's tough.
Number 1 is always the most golden rule, bro. That one will keep you safe in any situation. But I do have a rule number 2. One that could possibly lead you guys to the promised land if you follow it directly, okay? But you gotta follow all the directions, front to back. Rule number 2, you gotta convince them somehow you're not as chopped as they once believed you to be. This is a simple trick that I used to perform back in my prime when I was out here moving like Steph. All I would do is act like I didn't need them, all right? My thought process was if I acted like I was chopped, then they would only realize that I was, all right? It would become that much more apparent how bad my choptimization settings were, all right? Even though I looked like E.T. with Jordans on, at least I had the J's. I guess I just convinced enough girls I wasn't unholy levels of chopped through like simple manifestation, right? Just believing I wasn't chopped, and hopefully if I believed hard enough, one day I would wake up and look in the mirror and I wouldn't be chopped anymore. You could get like plastic surgery, but then it's like you just gonna be the dude who got plastic surgery, and then what if it comes out trash? Now you're double chopped. Count Chopula. I feel like in the adult world you could pretty much fly under the radar being chopped. I mean, you might not get many opportunities or anything, but there was nothing worse than being chopped in school, bro. And a lot of y'all that are in school and currently chopped, I'm sorry, bro. My heart goes out to you.
There's a way out from being chopped though. Like, you're not infinitely chopped. You're just like in a goofy era. Like, I literally went to my phone and I went to my camera roll and I clicked the top, like the tip top of all my pictures. And I shit you not, this is like the 8th picture down, bro. Just goofy, bro. What was I doing? This is just like one of like a whole bunch of pics. I don't know if I was just trying to like see what I look like. Bro, I don't even want to show y'all. Bro, look at this pic. What am I doing? Goofy as fuck. Goofy, bro. I thought I was on something, bro. I might have to cut that out. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
There before, bro. It's not for the weak. Dodgeball, you're getting picked last, bro, to be on a team. I'm sorry to tell you, just for being chopped. It doesn't matter the skill you have. It doesn't matter how good you can throw a ball. Pause. It's over for you, okay? Just simply because you're chopped, you're gonna get picked last. A good way to tell if you're chopped, if you give a girl a compliment like over text or some shit in school, and she hits you with "aw," that's just like a gun to your stomach. Remember when Jason Todd hit the on Batman like that? Elite ball knowledge. If y'all know about Arkham, bro, elite ball knowledge. If you don't know about it, you got elite knowledge of another nigga's balls. I don't make the rules. My school chopped years were honestly some of the worst years in my entire history. If anybody ever makes a documentary, it's like Titanic, but if the beginning was the end. Not only was I chopped cheese, but I also was short as hell, bro. It was a deadly combo. I wasn't even one of the short dudes that was like...
Disgusting combo, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I had to be probably like 5'5" 9th grade, bro. Like probably like 5'3" 9th grade, bro. Like nasty, disgusting work, bro. Like there used to be shorties that were taller than me that I have a certain percentage chance that I think they liked me, and they used to be like hold my hand and walk with me to lunch and shit, bro. But I just couldn't get down with it, bro. Like, get away from me, you big bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shorty trying to be all nice, trying to hug me and shit. Like, bro, I will back up off me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will karate chop your ass. That shit hard, bro. And then, like I said, bro, I had a fat ass forehead, no hair, you know, most of the time. Like, it was bad, bro. It was bad, bro. You gotta find yourself. You gotta find your look. You gotta grow into your look sometimes, and that's okay, brother.
Handsome so I could make up for being short. Nah, the 2K overall I was working with, bro, was maybe like a 53 at best. At max. All right, I was out here balling like Anthony Bennett, bro, and that's just in the looks department, bro. You guys remember the haunted houses in school and shit, bro? I used to do those shits, bro. Crawl through them, have fun and shit, except the monsters were scared of me. Sometimes I see clips of Dabo, and I feel bad, bro. It's like, damn, I remember those days, bro. And I say that knowing damn well shorty still don't look my way, but it was even worse back then, all right? Maybe now they'll just not look my way. Back in the day, they used to say, don't take my purse, please. Spray me with mace and shit. I used to cry on the fucking floor. That's how it was, bro. That's how it was for a young OG back in the day. A nigga was getting no play. It was as if my older brother had unplugged my controller and shit, and I was just playing with the turned off controller. That's how life felt back in the day.
And you know what made it worse? Damn, now I'm trauma dumping on y'all niggas. What the fuck we got going on? Nah, when I was younger, my uncle, we're only 6 months apart, so I went to school with my uncle. Mind you, I'm like, let's say ninth grade year, I'm 5'3". This man is like 6 foot, star on the basketball team. You know what I'm saying? Only reason we're in that certain school is because he made the basketball team, and then they brought me to the school because there was like my uncle going there, so I'm gonna go there with him. And then now I'm at the school with him because he's a star basketball player, 6 foot. I'm 5'3". It's like, you know what I'm saying? I can't even try to get no shorties because all the shorties rather talk to him than me. And I'm just cooked. I'm just cooked. And the shorty that talked to him, I don't care, bro. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's, you know what I'm saying? Leftover shit. Like, I wasn't with that. I could respect myself for that. I was not with that leftover shit. But I was cooked, bro. And I got light eyes. He got light eyes too. He is a little more light skinned than me, bro. Like, not to say that light skin is good, but like, I'm telling y'all his skin complexion and shit also. Like, he was just taller than me. Also had light eyes. He was just a better version of me. That shit made me so mad. That shit pissed me off right to this day. To this day, that shit pissed me off, bro. I'm not hating though. That's my dog. That shit funny as fuck.
Just getting no playing shit, getting no hugs. I was hugless, all right? Drake over here talking about give me a hug, bro. I couldn't even get in the proximity of a hug. Like, bro, you don't know being chopped until you sit next to a girl and
I'm not gonna lie. One thing that did change a nigga life, he brought up Drake. Damn, I'm over here I'm super dumping on y'all. Drake actually follows me on Instagram. Go to my Instagram if y'all want to find out. It's in the description down below. But Drake actually follows me on Instagram. And I'm not gonna lie, that shit happened like 10th grade year. I'm not gonna lie, the hus started coming out the woodworks. That shit was crazy. Soon as Drake followed a nigga, it was like, yo, you maximum hus. You know what I mean? You feel me?
and she requests to be moved. Sit next to a girl on the bus. All of a sudden, she sees her friend, and she gets up and goes. That's the type of shit you deal with, bro. I kid you not, bro. I wouldn't cap to y'all, bro. Y'all like my little children that I birthed out of my balls, bro. If I'm president, bro, all chopped individuals are getting $1 million in reparations just for the shit they had to go through in school. I'm glad that even though I have my chopped era and I was in my chop phase and shit, that I never, ever became like incelish. I was never posting no we in a society shit. I was lucky enough to be dumb. Like, even though I was chopped, I didn't know I was chopped. I was like, yeah, a nigga fly. These hoes just don't know, bro. If they knew the sauce, if they knew the method, it wouldn't be an issue, bro. It wouldn't be a problem. I didn't know that at the time. Like, when I look back at pictures of myself from back in the day, it's almost like Drake without the beard, bro. You just like,
that was a survival tactic, brother. That was really a survival tactic for real, brother.
how did you exist in normal society? Like, I wouldn't come to y'all with a problem without a solution, you know what I'm saying? And I got the solution, all right? See, I learned the method back in the day when I was a young chopped individual, right? And this method is 100% foolproof, bro. When you a young bull, bro, when you a jit, and you chopped. If all else fails and literally nothing will work for you, then I have one solution that could possibly work, bro. You gotta fuck with BBWs.
What?
I fuck with BBWs, nigga.
Now, investing in the big girls is indeed a method that's acceptable. I accept it at least, all right? Behind every big girl is a beautiful woman, bro. All you gotta do is invest, especially if they're in the gym, all right? They're already there, so it's only a matter of time before that shit drops anyways. However, I don't come to y'all with false information, all right? They might cast Chico out. They might call him crazy. They might call me a madman. They can never say I was wrong. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, my boy. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But nah, bro, on the real, bro, being chopped was crazy. Bitches are gonna curve you. Your life's gonna suck. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And that light might be scared by the size, but the BB dubs are the light at the end of the tunnel, bro. In the end of the times, bro, when the world's gonna end and everything's gonna be destroyed, they're gonna say one thing. Aliens are gonna come to Earth. They're gonna be like, there was one philosopher who knew his shit. You could always trust to have elite ball knowledge, bruh, and that's Chico. I'ma go down as a philosopher, whether y'all accept it or not, bro. One day, y'all are gonna see. I'm
Hell no.
a modern day philosopher, all right? As you see, gang, we about 30 followers away from that booty reveal, right? So, make sure y'all follow up, right? TikTok and shit coming
2 Trilchi? That's what you're going with?
soon, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Maybe not on the TikTok, that might be a little homosexual, but I'll catch y'all on the next one.
I fuck with BBWs, nigga.
Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, this video is funny. I'm about to say this funny video. It is a funny video. Damn. This video is funny. You know, he did a lot of trauma dumping. I'm not gonna lie, I ended up trauma dumping too. That's how niggas bond. I'm not gonna lie. That's just how, like, niggas bond together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, random trauma dump. You know, they hit you with some shit and you connect with it, and then now y'all homies for life. You know, I might follow bro because I feel like I connected with him on a certain level. You know what I'm saying? I may not have been super duper extremely chopped, but I was short, midway chopped, and then I had a nigga that was my uncle that was the better version of me, that if he talks to a girl, I can't talk to a girl because that shit, I ain't going for that. And that shit kept me in the trenches, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Anywho, if nobody told you guys today, I love you. Peace.